Hey there, friends of the internet. I'm Kirsten. And, well, since we're friends, you probably should have known that already. I think you're slacking in the friend department. So, I've jumped onto the bandwagon of the show Orange is the New Black, which, if you haven't heard of it, it's a Netflix original series about this girl, Piper, who goes to prison for kind of like being involved in like a drug smuggling thing. I don't know. You gotta kind of watch it to know what it's about. But it's about a bunch of girls in prison, or ladies in prison, and kind of like their day-to-day life and what they get up to and their struggles and the prison drama that is basically high school. And if we have any indication of what girl drama is in the first place, add some orange jumpsuit and some metal bars, and you kind of get the show. Except most people aren't wearing an orange jumpsuit, and there really aren't that many metal bars. But anyway, so I started the show about a week ago, I think, and I binged it, and now I'm done with season 2, and there's nothing left to watch, and I'm a little heartbroken. Just a little bit. So I thought I would talk to you guys about it because not many people in my actual life watch this show, maybe because it's a Netflix original series, and if you don't have Netflix, you don't watch it unless you're me. Anyway, though, so I've been watching it, and I've been obsessed with it, and I really want someone to talk to about it, so I figured, Kirst, you have the internet. Why aren't you talking to people on the internet? So, here I am, filming a video to talk to you guys on the internet. So there are 1,000,007 things I could talk about with this show, so I'm just going to pick a few and talk to you about them, and if you guys like this, then I'm just going to keep talking to you about it in other videos every once in a while. So, yeah, let's get into it. And if you guys have anything you want to say about this show, make sure you talk to me about it in the comments, because all I want to do is talk about this show right now. So this is a spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't watched the show, because I will definitely be giving things away, so if you don't want the show to be spoiled at all whatsoever, then just skip on through. And probably don't watch this, and probably don't read the comments. But after you watch the show, make sure you come back and do everything, because I really want to know your opinions. Piper has this boyfriend from American Pie. I can't really remember his name. It's like Larry or something. He kind of screws her over, and so does her best friend, like Polly or something, who they have a soap business together, and she's kind of relying on that for when she gets out of prison. And so Piper kind of gets screwed over by everyone in her life, and then she comes to find that this girl, Alex Voss, who is the girl that she was with and who got her into the drug thing in the first place, is actually in the same female prison as she is, and it's all just kind of crazy. But I don't really have too many opinions on Piper because she's not exactly one of my favorite characters. I don't know anyone actually who thinks Piper is their favorite character, and I'm not sure you're supposed to have Piper as your favorite character, because it's based off a book of her memoirs, and I think she must write a lot about the other characters, because there's a lot of like building on everybody else in the show, at least in season 2, and it's really nice, and I think I like that a lot more than just like the building on Piper's character. So one of my biggest like pet peeves in the show is the relationship between Daya and Bennett. So Daya she's one of the Spanish inmates, and if you watch the show's kind of set up with race, which kind of really bothers me, but then again, as far as I know, that's really true to prison culture, so I guess it's pretty okay for the show. So Daya is one of the Spanish girls who is in there, and I'm not 100% sure why she's in there yet. Maybe they've said it and I kind of just missed it, but she's in there, and she sees her mom while she's in there, because her mom is also in there, which I'm still not 100% sure how her mom got there either. Maybe they'll go more into detail, or maybe I just missed it. So if you know why they're in there, tell me down in the comments. But anyway, so Daya started this relationship with one of the guards, Bennett, and then eventually they had like a romantic relationship, and they slept together, and Bennett got her pregnant. Bennett is an idiot. I think Bennett would have been my favorite character if he had never had an inappropriate relationship with Daya, because it really like ruins his character to me. Like, it makes him not a very like respectable human, but I understand that, like, you know, it happened, whatever. But I really like Bennett by himself. He's a really good character. He's an amputee, so he only has part of his leg, and he wears like a fake leg, which you learn pretty into it, and you think it's because of like the army or something, and then you find out later that it's not. Spoiler alert. And Daya is like really nice, and I would wonder like, why is Daya in prison? But then again, she's like, ever since she's gotten pregnant, she's done a lot of things that make me kind of upset at Daya, especially when you involve Pornstash. So Pornstash is this creepy guard who works there, and he kind of like abuses his power with the girls, and he lets them do things for like contraband and things like that, and drugs. And eventually someone dies because of the drugs. Anyway, Pornstash is a creep, but he also falls in love with Daya because he sleeps with her, and they end up sending him to jail, which blows my mind. Anyway, so this video is getting pretty long, so that's where I'm gonna stay with them. Tell me your opinions on those three down in the comments, though, because I'm not exactly sure I like what's happening between them. My favorite character is probably Poussey, who I think she must be in jail because she sold drugs, and I think she sold pot because they hinted at that in one of the latest episodes, but I don't exactly know. I know that she's an army brat, and her dad served in Germany, and she like fell in love with a girl in Germany, and the dad was so not into it. Not her dad, the other dad. And like she almost pulls a gun on him, and it gets crazy, but I love Poussey, and she's like hopelessly in love with Tasty, and it breaks my heart. But also, I love Tasty. Tasty's like one of the best characters until this horrible character, which I'll get into in another video, V, shows up. V ruins Tasty, but eventually Tasty finds her way back to herself, and I love that about her, and then her and Poussey are friends again, and it makes me happy. So that is what I'm going to share with you guys this time on Orange is the New Black. I have so many other opinions, and I really want to talk about like all of the other characters with you guys, so if you have any opinions or any questions or something you guys want to talk about, I can make sure you address it down in the comments, and I'll talk about it in the next video on Orange is the New Black. Okay, so I love you guys. Thanks for watching. I've moved like 4 times in this video just to avoid the sun. I called my roommate before this. I probably shouldn't have called her. Probably should have filmed and then called her.